What's up, guys? I'm Caden with Crypto Now or Never, and welcome back to another market update. If you enjoy this style of content, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. As always, none of this is financial advice. Let's get into it.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want.
Okay, so to be honest with you guys, I really just figured it was time for another market update as we have had another massive liquidation in the market. If you come over here and you look at Watcher Guru, you can see that this is the largest liquidation ever. They posted this 2 hours ago. Crypto market records largest single day liquidation event in history. This was a huge drop. And obviously, if you look at Bitcoin, you can see that the weekly is almost a bearish engulfing candle. If you look at Ethereum, same thing, except Ethereum is definitely a bearish engulfing candle. And I'll go over technical analysis in just a second. But just scrolling down the market, you can see that everything is blood red. Most projects are down 20 to 30% in the last week. Definitely, if you come over here and you look at the meme coin market, a lot of meme coins have gotten hammered. Now, before I go over technical analysis, I do want to say I am recording this the night of October 10th, and you guys will not see this until the morning of October 11th. So do understand that some technical analysis may change. But I want to point out, because I know there are a lot of people who are panicking, that this is honestly textbook technical analysis. If you guys have been watching my content for any considerable amount of time, you know that I've been talking about how the 21 weekly moving average is very likely. Obviously, yes, I've been talking about 3,800 to 4,100 being a very important range to hold. And you can see that right now price action is actually holding just above the bottom trend line. However, if we break beneath it, I've been saying the 21 weekly moving average. And you can see that Ethereum wicked down to this level perfectly and then got a bounce off of it. So I know right now it feels like a massive liquidation, but this is textbook technical analysis. Yes, it obviously played out faster than a lot of people expected. However, I don't think this changes anything. These are the times where you realistically just have to zoom out. Understand that it was only back in April that Ethereum was at $1,380 a coin. Even after this massive liquidation, it's still $3,800. And yes, I understand this candle wicked down to $3,510, but that is still significantly higher than where it was in April. Now, you come over here and look at Bitcoin, and again, it might be forming a bearish engulfing candle, only time will tell. But right now, Bitcoin is still holding above the 21 weekly moving average, very similar to Ethereum. So from an overall macro standpoint, we're still in a textbook uptrend. That is the most important thing to understand. Again, technical analysis can always change. You need to understand that. But right now, I really don't see any reason to panic. You come over here and you look at the crypto market, you can see that the altcoin season indicator has dropped down to 38 out of 100, and the fear and greed index is at 35. To be honest with you, I'm actually shocked that the fear and greed index isn't even lower than this, mainly because it was just such a violent liquidation. But realistically speaking, these are the times where true wealth is created. You as an investor have to decide whether or not you have the mental resilience to buy when it doesn't feel great to buy. That's the whole point. You have to buy when others are fearful. And obviously there's a lot of fear in the market right now. I don't plan on this being a super long update. I just want to make sure you guys understand the situation. The main thing people are panicking right now is a lot of their conviction plays, because a lot of people's conviction plays are mid caps and low caps. Those are the projects that they're betting on to do a 100x or a 200x. But the reality is that the mid caps and low caps are not going to explode when the rest of the market's bleeding. If there is a day where Ethereum, the second largest crypto, is down over 10%, then that's not going to be good for altcoins, because by definition, Ethereum is an altcoin. If you look at this indicator right here and you see 38 out of 100 for altcoin season, if this was not including the top 10 cryptos, this would be at like 5 out of 100. That's obviously just a guess. I don't know that for a fact, but it seems like it would be. A lot of the smaller altcoins are getting hammered. But the main thing that I just want you to take away from this video is that we are still in a textbook macro uptrend. And the reality is that when everyone is calling for Pumptober and for October to just be super bullish in general, I tend to be more skeptical. And I think you guys should be as well. You always have to remember that the 1% are the 1% for a reason. The majority is never going to win. So if you hear everyone calling for a top or everyone calling for a bottom, then that's probably not a good thing. But as I said, I didn't want to give a super long update today. Just understand where we're at in the market. Personally, I do not think there's any reason to panic. The reality of crypto is that there is extreme volatility. You cannot have the good without the bad. If you have the opportunity to make life-changing gains, then you also have the opportunity to lose money. That's just how it is. But if you guys are interested in market updates and just getting into projects super early in general, then as always, I recommend you take a look at my Discord as well. We actually were just printing in the Discord today. I just recently posted a buy alert and we did a 3x in 20 minutes. So if this is the kind of community that you'd like to be a part of, you can find the link right here on my YouTube homepage. I'd love to have you guys in here with us. But that's about all. Let me know down in the comments how you guys are feeling about the market. If you enjoyed this content, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your day.